Music for global change. Creating music that inspires the world. Welcome to the Music for Global Change broadcast. And now here's your hosts, founder and music ambassador Skyler, Jett, with Deborah, Fennella and Tom Bryant.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to start a revolution? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to start a revolution?
Greetings, namaste. Welcome to Music for Global Change broadcast with founder Skyler, Jett, music ambassador, myself, Deborah, Fennella, and
Tom Bryant.
And we're really excited and blessed to introduce a fantastic, amazing conscious music composer, Lamont Van Hook. Good evening, Lamont. Actually, it's good morning where you are, actually, isn't it? How are you today?
I'm doing great. It is morning here in LA.
It certainly
It's good
is.
to be with you guys.
Yeah, thanks.
It's lovely
Thanks
to
for
be
coming
with
on,
you.
brother.
Absolutely.
Now, Lamont, you're a singer, you're a songwriter, you're a musician and an actor, as well as an artist. So you're multi-talented and very, very busy, aren't you? Bless you.
I have a lot of plates in the air, Debbie.
You certainly do. And you also come from a musical background from two families as well, don't you? So you've been in the music industry going back since the age of 14, I believe. Bless you.
Yeah.
So it's been a long, long time, hasn't it? And you're obviously very passionate about the work that you do. So what does Music for Global Change mean for you? And conscious music, please.
I think right now, since we're still dealing with COVID, and I want to encourage everyone to get their vaccine so we can get through this stuff. Now it's even being socially conscious with your creations is even more important right now because I'm still pretty much in my bubble, and people are still spending a lot of time at home or by themselves. So having something pertinent to say, something that's going to lift people up is really important right now.
Definitely. It certainly is. And have you written, recently any conscious songs, to sort of help improve the world, obviously, during the COVID period at all?
It is. I've been writing a lot, but it's amazing that you asked because I just finished writing the song. I haven't started recording it yet. That'll probably happen next week. But I just finished writing this song called Seed to Shining Sea, and it talks about just let love spread over the planet, over the world from sea to shining sea. Yeah, so it's happening for me.
That's really exciting. So you're going to be singing it on your own, or have you got any sort of like backing singers